I have invited one of our student at Thinkcloudly, and we would like to share a journey of a lady who basically have found the job in IT. She was working in non-IT space, but she successfully found the job in IT, and she's going to share her journey with all of us. So, are you ready to listen to her journey? Are you ready, everyone? Would you like to listen that how she actually got into cloud ops area and she's working in United States right now? Elorm, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, you're loud and clear. Thank you so much, Alarm, for taking my request so prompt. I know I called you just 10 minutes before the session today, and thank you so much for taking my request.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so guys, Alarm is the lady who actually got into IT from non-IT space. Uh, and now let's congratulate first of all because this is her first week in IT job and into cloud area. So let us congratulate Elorm. Congratulations, Elorm, for this great achievement. You have become an inspiration to many of us. Trust me. So we would be interested to know your journey. That how did you do that? What was the secret sauce? That how did you do that actually?
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to speak to you guys. Just a quick introduction. I do have a master's degree in petroleum engineering. So I did work in the oil and gas. I am a Ghanaian by birth. And when I moved into the US, I worked in the oil and gas space from Ghana, coming into Texas, Houston, and then I left. So when I was ready to go back into the industry, it was kind of like difficult because I have left for quite some time. So in the process of thinking of what to do, that's when someone did recommend that I go into IT, and they were actually going to recommend cybersecurity, but considering when they realized that I had a master's degree already, they thought that doing the AWS and the Azure cloud certifications might be much better for me. So that's how I got in touch with Thinkcloudly, and I enrolled into the course. And I must recommend Mr. Mukesh. He is very, 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 very good. I must recommend him. And this recommendation actually comes after I've had other instructors who have taught me. And that's when I realized how good and patient Mr. Mukesh was. So, yeah, he did a really good job. When I go back to the videos and I listen again, I could proudly say that he's one of the best. So, yeah, I took the cloud um, class with Mukesh, and I did the AWS and I did the Azure. So when I finished and I was done with the certifications, I did start applying for jobs, and I did have some help um, with the coaching for the interviews. And basically, that gave me some form of confidence, and that increased my confidence level. And it made me to do more research on the job descriptions that I was given. So whatever job description that I see in the job posting, I go and research on that. And outside of what I learned during the class, I took it upon myself to also learn other tools as well, and be able to talk about those tools, practice whatever was taught in the class. And if I have questions, I ask people. And yeah, I went for a lot of interviews, and I interviewed with banks like MNT. The interview went great, but they chose another candidate over me. In all of that, I was not discouraged. I kept on pushing, and unapologetically, I'm a Christian, so I did pray a lot about the job. So eventually, um, I got a job with a bank, and I thought that, oh, I'll be doing that and then transition into their IT space. But outside along that line, that's when I got the offer with this utility company. So I had to quickly leave the bank and go work for the utility company. And when I got the offer from the utility company, I had another interview with another bank. And when I finished the interview, they also gave me an offer. But along the line, when they were doing the background checks, because they were financial institution, there were some things that they disagreed with me during the background checks. So eventually, I had to let that job go and stick with what I'm doing right now. So it's not been smooth. I remember one of my interviews. I almost did not show up because I was so sick. I was so very sick. My body was just giving up on me. But I had to put myself together and go for the interviews. And it was eventually became one of the smooth interviews that I had. And what I want to say is that practice, 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 practice. I have watched a lot of YouTube videos about Terraform, about the jobs that I was applying for. I go back to my notes, the videos that I had with Mr. Mukesh, and I write every step down. That's how I learn. So whenever I write down with my hands, it kind of like sticks in my head. So if I write all the process, like how to create an EC2 instance, when I write all the process down by myself, if I sit in front of you and I'm talking about that, I know what it is. I don't have to go watch any video or anything. I can talk to you about that right and straight away. So yeah, that's how my journey has been. And it's been good. I'm actually looking forward to it. And I just want to thank the team, especially the prep that I had for the interviews. I've been hearing about infrastructure as a code, infrastructure as a service, software as a service, platform as a service. I had no idea of what all of those were until I had a coaching, like an interview preparation with a team. That's when all of these things began to make sense to me, and they gave me a lot of materials to read, and I was just persevering, reading them, looking up things that I did not understand, asking people questions, and just keep on grinding until I eventually landed this role. So that's how my journey has been.
That's
And I must
interesting.
also say that it's not it's not my last step. And currently, I'm taking the DevOps class, which I've not gone for the class for quite some time now because I've been busy. But yeah, it's not my last stop. I have plans of going to take DevOps and the DevSecOps in the future to see what happens. Yeah.
Great. I mean, that's so nice, like to know all the complete story about Elorm because Elorm, I know that we have been talking for few months now since you signed up, and then it was quite a bumpy road for you because I remember you used to send a lot of screenshots that Naman, this is a job, I'm going for it, and all the interview preps what you requested. So it was actually a very collaborative journey, and you always understood, what actually we offered as well. So thank you so much, Elorum, for all your cooperation and all your hard work. Because not just Think Loudly, or Mukesh, is like they will receive the credit for it, but it's mainly your efforts as well. So at the end of the day, it is dependent on the student that how they are going to drive the whole journey, and then they get this credit, the big credit of landing a job in IT. So that's so inspiring for me and for the students in over here who are listening to you. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren, for your presence.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.